Raoul Dubry is a man in France who is in love with Simone, a medium who has been wearied over the years by all the seances she has performed. They live in a flat, together with their servant Elise. Je suis Elise! Of all the seances, the strangest were those performed for Madame X, a woman who lost her daughter Amélie and her husband at the time in the war in Afghanistan.
What do you want?
In these seances, Amélie's materializations have been very clear and accurate. However, this day is the day on which she will perform her last seance, and it is for Madame X. Arriving in their flat, Raoul comforts Simone. My dearest, my love, you are the best medium in the world. You owe it to yourself, your art, your spirit, this woman. Please continue with today's seance. Despite her initial refusal to perform the seance, he convinces her to do it. She is further convinced when Madame X arrives and reminds her of her promise. 14 years ago, after my return to this country from Afghanistan, you made a solemn promise that I would visit with my daughter on the other plane once yearly. Upon arriving in the room where the seance will take place, Madame X states that she wants to make sure that the last seance is not a scam, and asks to tie Raoul to a chair. He agrees, but tells Madame X that the materialization must not be touched at all, in case Simone is harmed. Madame X reluctantly agrees. Simone hides behind a curtain for the seance, and the materialization of Amélie starts to form from a mist. Je suis Elise, je suis Elise, je suis Elise. The curtains of the alcove seem to have been pulled back a little. Je suis Elise. The medium's face was just visible through the opening, her head fallen forward on her breast. Suddenly, Madame X drew in a deep breath, sharp. A ribbon-like stream of mist was issuing from the medium's mouth. It condensed and began gradually to assume the shape of a little child. This materialization is the most vivid of them all, causing great surprise to Raoul and Madame X. C'est quoi ça? However, Madame X rushes towards the materialization and hugs it, causing Simone to scream in pain. Raoul shouts at Madame X to stop touching the materialization.
Stop.
But instead, she picks up the ghostly form of Amélie and runs off with it, wanting Amélie to be hers forever.
My child, my child.
As Raoul attempts to untie his bond, Simone shrivels and dies.
Where she was leading.
After Raoul unties himself, the tragedy ends with Elise and Raoul crying over the blood-stained corpse of Simone.